How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. There's a massive bombshell that was recently released in crypto. We also have news about a exchange that you should not have your crypto on, something that we should pay attention to, because if you are looking to buy more crypto, you may have a good buying in price if another exchange explodes. It looks like that might be happening here very soon. I want to talk about that along with the overall market. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn that bell notification, so that way you can see future videos as soon as they come out. Hit the like button, maybe share this to someone, because I do have some other videos that are coming out very soon that are going to be very beginner friendly. So if there's someone that you know that likes crypto but doesn't really know what they're talking about, maybe send this their way. And if you want to know what I'm buying and selling, there's a link to the Patreon underneath the video. First of all, Bitcoin and crypto is pretty much staying at the same place that it has for the last couple weeks, but I wanted to show you this. This is from Will Clemente. Bitcoin's down years have all come in the second year after the halving, and that's what we saw last year. The next 2 years should be cool, he says. And as you can see here, the average increase in the price of Bitcoin the year before the halving is 532%. Now, a lot of that is because of 2011 when we had a massive increase of 1,500%, but you can see in 2015 and 2019, the year before the halving, we typically went up pretty significantly, 60%, just averaging those two out, 65%. The year of the halving, we've never had below 100% return. The year after the halving, we get even a better return. And then 2 years after, we do have that bear market. So the next 2 years, the next 2.5 years should be pretty fun. We're within a year of the next Bitcoin halving. So make sure that you zoom out and pay attention to what's going to happen over the next few years, not the next few weeks or months. So with that in mind, I think it is important to look at some of the news from today. There was pretty good news, I think, for crypto. PayPal said they will launch a US dollar stablecoin, PayPal USD, issued by Paxos. Now, Paxos was the same company that issued BUSD. So hopefully they don't get shut down like BUSD, but it sounds like they're working closely with regulators. PayPal is also a large company that is publicly traded. So I think that they will be just fine. They definitely did their homework. And they say that they're going to be fully backed by US dollars, short-term treasuries, and similar cash equivalents. It makes sense that they want to do this because basically, if you give them $1, they can give you their own stablecoin that is backed by US dollars, but they can put most of it in treasuries and then make a yield on that. So it only makes sense that more and more companies will do this. Now, this will be redeemable for US dollars at all times, can be exchanged for other cryptocurrencies on PayPal, and will be transferable between PayPal and Venmo. The company claims it will soon be available as a mode of payment for various purchases as well. PayPal launching a stablecoin could accelerate the efforts to become a crypto payment giant, an initiative started back in 2020 after making way for crypto payments on the platform. They already have 350 million active users, so this is what I think is pretty big. They are going to issue this. A lot of people are going to see this on the app. They're going to see that they can do this or that with it. It's faster, it's easier, PayPal will pay them, whatever. They're going to get users that aren't in crypto, because there's so many people that they already have on the app. People will get curious. Maybe they'll look into Bitcoin. They'll buy Bitcoin. They'll see Bitcoin's price going up, and it'll be easier to buy through the app with the stablecoin. And Will Clemente kind of follows this thought process. He says 426 million active accounts, over 50% of online payment processing, over 57 million transactions per day. This is going to bring more people into crypto over the long term. And I think anytime that a big company gets into crypto, it starts a new coin or something like that, I think it's probably positive. I think most of the time it is. And this also gives us another opportunity to use something that's regulated. Now, some people don't want regulation. Great, you can use Bitcoin. But if you want a stable coin that actually has one-to-one backing, you need some kind of regulation. And this gives us an opportunity to have stablecoin, hold stablecoin that isn't USDT or USDC. So if there is some kind of fear over one of these collapsing or depegging, it can be really nice to have another option. Now, speaking of depegging, USDT well below the 10 basis point redemption band over the last 24 hours at its lowest level since the FTX collapse. And basically this is just the 10 BP redemption band, showing that it's at 0.998 versus 0.999. And he's saying basically we may see some people going to Tether and saying, hey, we want our US dollars instead, which could cause some fear in the market. Now, overall, the market cap has been pretty much just growing. Now, it's stayed somewhat steady from this explosion earlier in the year. It's been leveling off a bit, but maybe this is good for Bitcoin. We have seen this in the past where if people want to give a stablecoin, either they redeem, maybe they go to a different stablecoin, or they just buy Bitcoin because they realize Bitcoin is decentralized. So that could be another option. Another reason this might be happening is we continue to see Huobi having problems. Adam Cochran says another 21 million USDT left Huobi last night, leaving 63 million against a supposed 630 million in obligations, meaning USDT in your Huobi account is worth about $0.1 and dropping. So they only have about 10% of the collateral they say they have. Huobi is a little bit sketchy, at least right now. Obviously, through bear markets, you have to be very careful of the exchanges you use, and their founder, Justin Sun, I don't really trust. I think he's doing some sketchy things behind the scene, and there's a lot that we could cover on this. I'm not going to cover a lot of it right now, but they're also missing Ethereum as well. Sun turned it into staked ETH, or ST ETH, all of it. Users think that there's about 141,000 ETH on Huobi, and instead Sun holds about half that total balance, and it's all ST ETH. So be careful. If you have any assets on Huobi, I would just take it off. Hopefully they're fine so people don't lose money, get defrauded. But if they aren't, it's just better not to keep your crypto on exchanges. Put it on cold storage. Put it in a hot wallet if you don't have cold storage. Just take it away from some of the massive exchanges. And I don't care if some people say this is FUD. I would rather tell people to get their crypto out. And then if there is some kind of collapse, at least then I did all that I can do. Now, Tether has been making a bit of a recovery. As you can see here, it was falling down. It actually fell down to 0.9977. Now it's up to about 0.998. So this is improving. Hopefully this continues and we get right back to PEG. Now let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. I think overall the PayPal news is good, as I said, because it will bring more people into crypto. It will make more people be able to access crypto. And it will also give us another option to use for a stablecoin, because we really do need more options for stablecoin, in my opinion. Also, we have USDT depeg, which I think you just have to be careful of. I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's really going to depeg that much. We'll probably just get some redemptions, some people pulling out, and maybe putting some into Bitcoin. So I did want to cover that as well. But let me know your thoughts on that underneath the video, and let me know if you're buying right now during this accumulation phase, or if you are just holding. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you again for hitting subscribe, turning on that bell notification, and again, checking out the Patreon in case you want to know what I'm buying and selling, because I have been making some more buys. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.